I got stuck on this song for a long time. Writer's block strikes again. Not that I didn't have ideas, I only had one little lead part left to write in this aggressive techno track, but all my ideas sucked. All the listicles that I read about writer's block told me to take some time off, take a walk, quit music. But I didn't have time to quit music, my deadline was only a day away. Luckily, I figured out that I could use a tool that I already had to leverage my bad ideas into good ones and finish my song on time. Well, that's not exactly how it happened, but you'll see what I mean. It's frustrating, isn't it? You'd think that since I already know the context of the song, I could just use my muscle memory to finish it, and it would be easy. But there's a fine line between having a style and being in a rut, and that's what's so scary about this type of writer's block. What should be helping you is actually hurting you. Sure, if I had all the time in the world, then these listicle tips would be great. Take a walk? Great. Listen to some new music? Awesome. Take a vacation and realize there's more to life and maybe I should quit music? Can I have just the vacation part? Anyway, like I said, these tips required time that I didn't have. My deadline was only a day away. My only option was to find a way to use my muscle memory to my own advantage. Enter slice mode. Might sound like a useless tip, but bear with me for 1 second. Quick overview for slice mode for those of you who don't know. All audio samplers have a few playback modes, and slice mode is one of them. As the name suggests, it non-destructively slices the audio based on transients or the grid, depending on the user's choice. And it arranges those slices into MIDI notes such that if you were to play the chromatic scale in time with your sample and your slices, then it wouldn't sound like it was sliced at all. The most common use, as stated in the Ableton user manual, is to chop up rhythmic drum loops and do stuff like this. So why am I talking about slice mode and drums if I was struggling to write a lead line? Well, this is where it gets interesting. What if I loaded up a melodic sample? Well, this would let me tap into beginner mindset. See, when you pick up an instrument for the first time, you won't know how to play it, and you'll end up stumbling into sounds that an experienced player might not think of doing. Beginner mindset can be a great source of creativity, but most of the time you'll probably just suck because you have no clue what you're doing. However, since this is MIDI and you probably have basic piano skills, you can still tap into that beginner mindset because the pitches of your audio sample will have nothing to do with the chromatic scale. Your fingers will play things and your ears will be expecting certain pitches, but what you'll actually be hearing will be completely unrelated to that. You'll be able to tap into the creativity of the beginner mindset without having to worry about technique. So instead of quitting music like that listicle told me to do, I just loaded up a long melodic sample of a violin from another track that I was working on into my sample and put it in slice mode. Totally unrelated style. And with slice mode, this is what it sounds like when I play the chromatic scale. Now I can play piano with my normal tendencies, but I'll have to learn the new layout of the pitches, which doesn't take that long. And this will lead me to a different type of creativity that I'm not used to, and get me results that I probably wouldn't have written otherwise. Of course, your effects processing will have a huge impact on your success here. Case in point, here's the final product. And here's without effects. Effects are beyond the scope of this video, but don't wait too long before you jump into sound design. If you want to use a sample that no one else has access to, like I did with this violin sample, then the most fun way of doing that is to get session musicians to play on your tracks. And so you'll want to check out this video to learn my foolproof method for hiring session musicians.